Just a few more combining forms. These ones again you already know. Cutaneo, skin. Erythro, red. Patho, disease. And systemo, system. Some suffixes. Blast, an osteoblast. Blast means immature or embryonic, so like real basic, or the beginnings of. So an osteoblast means that it's building bone. And that's how I always remember, let me tell you how I remembered it, was osteoblast, building bone, all those B's. Hopefully that'll help you. Clasia, to break surgically. Osteoclasia means that they'll go in and surgically break the bone. Sometimes the bone heals, instead of, nice and straight or something, it'll heal malformed, and that sometimes has to be broken again and then reset. Desis, stabilize or fuse. So an osteodesis is where they stabilize it and then fuse it, or even on the spine, you'll hear spinal fusions. That's what they're doing, is they're putting the like two plates on either side of the spine so it doesn't move around. Listhesis, slipping. A spondylolisthesis means that vertebra has moved forward. If they stack up well, I guess I can't stack up like that, stack up real nice, and then it falls forward, and that can put a lot of strain on the ligaments and on the joint of the bones, above and below, and hence the joints too. And as promised, porosis means porous, means to have holes, like a sponge has holes. Osteoporosis, under the microscope, and instead of the bones being solid, it has a lot of holes in it, it looks like a sponge. And so a lot of the structure of the bone is at risk because it's not full or filled in. And if you've heard of anybody, maybe grandma has osteoporosis, so they're at a greater chance of having their bones breaking. All of these you actually already know. Ac pertaining to, al pertaining to. Algia means pain. Remember, dynia, D-Y-N-I-A, also means pain, but we're going to hear algia a lot more. R pertaining to, airy pertaining to. Centesis, is puncture, to withdraw fluid. In this chapter, we're going to hear arthrocentesis, and it's a big needle into the joint, and it pulls out the excess fluid inside that joint. And as painful as that sounds, it's way more painful to have all that fluid in that joint, and it feels so much better after they pull out all that excess fluid. Eal, E-A-L, pertaining to. Ectomy, surgical removal. Laminectomy, lamina, one of the words you don't need to know, not yet anyways, is part of the spine, and they take it out because there might be a herniated disc in there. Genic, producing, osteogenic, producing bone. Gram, record, myelogram is a record, or record of the spinal cord, or myelo also means spinal cord, but in this chapter it means bone marrow, so it's a record of the bone marrow. Graphy, process of recording. Gram and graphy, same family, but they mean different things. Iatry, medical treatment. Podiatry, medical treatment of the foot. Ick, pertaining to. Itis, you should know by like the back of your hand now, is inflammation. Logy, study. Malacia, softening. Osteomalacia is a medical condition of when the bones softened. Metry, process of measuring. Oma, tumor. Ori, pertaining to. Osis, abnormal condition. Again, one of those that you really, really need to know. Otomy, cutting into. Let me think if I can think of an otomy off the top of my head, or looking really quickly in your book. Not off the top of my head, but we will come to one in a second. Os, pertaining to. We've seen that one. We see that actually a lot at the end of a lot of words. Pathy, disease. Plasty, surgical repair. One we always know is rhinoplasty, the nose job, the nose surgical repair of the nose. Scope, instrument for viewing. Arthroscope, it's when they go in and look at so you'll hear the term, oh, my knee is going to be scoped. Basically, they make 3 holes and a camera goes inside to look inside the joint. Scope B is the process of visually examining. So they're going to use an arthroscope to do an arthroscopy. Stenosis, narrowing. Tick, pertaining to. Tome, we saw in the last chapter, instrument used to cut. Okay, so just want to reiterate what you had heard in the video, that there are different types of bones. There's long bones, short bones, flat bones, and irregular bones. So long bones mean that they are longer than they are wide, whereas short bones are wider. So long bones don't necessarily only mean the long bones in our body. Our phalanges are considered long bones also. Okay, so it doesn't mean length, like long. It means that they're longer than they are wide. So the femur, that's your thigh bone. Your humerus, upper arm bone. Short bones, they're short, they're squat. The carpals in our wrist, they look more squarish. Don't think of square, but kind of more squarish than they are long. Okay, and tarsals. Tarsals are our ankle bones. Flat bones are just that. They have a flat side, or they are flatter than most bones. Sternum, your breastbone. Scapula, your shoulder blade. Even your pelvis. When you come to class and you look at the skeleton, you'll see that it is flatter. And actually, I'm going to go grab the skeleton in a second. Irregular bones, they're irregular shape. They don't fit into any of these 3 other categories. And that's our spine. So let me introduce you all to Seymour Bones. He is our class of skeleton. The question I always get is, he made from real bones? No. But there are some skeletons that are made from real bones, but they are very, very expensive. So he's all plastic. So let me just kind of show you a couple things we've done so far. So it's more see-through-y. That's not a word, but it is now. There's my face. Sorry, I got a notification. My face will blown away. And so this is the cartilage. So that hypochondriac, the hypo below, the chondrio, cartilage, that's what they're talking about. Sternum, ribs. This is a long bone because, yes, it looks long, okay? But these phalanges, these are long because, see, they're longer than they are wide. I know it's kind of hard to see. Let's go that way. There we go. Where my hands are right here, can you see they're tiny. They're more squarish. Those are our short bones. Okay. Flat. This is what I wanted to show you. His pelvis is flat, as is this sternum is flat. It's got a little roundness to it, but it's flat. Ribs are considered flat bones also. His scapula is flat. Okay. Oh, the vertebra, that's what I wanted to show you too. So let me move him a little closer. There we go. Okay. So each one of these, that's the vertebra all the way up. You can't really see, nope, too far, but there are 12 thoracic, start over. 7 cervical vertebra, 12 in the thoracic, 5 in the lumbar. This is the sacrum, and this, maybe you can see, that's his tailbone right there. That's the coccyx. I can't see if you can see that on the recording or not. Let me move him out just a little bit. Should be a little bit better. Sacrum, coccyx, the tailbone. Okay, so that's what each one of them looks like. So that's what it's looked like when you're looking at him from the back, from the side, and if you had x-ray vision, through him. Okay, and none of that. Oh, I am recording. Okay, I didn't think I was recording there for a second. But so what's really interesting is that each one of these bones has different bumps and grooves. Can you see this bump on the outside? There's actually a groove on the inside. See his wrist, bump, and there's a flatter spot. This is how they can identify bones. So forensics, they know that only this little bump is only on this bone. This rounded part is only on this bone. This, it looks like a knuckle, is only on that bone. Okay, so they all have different names. The head, the condyle, epicondyle, trochanter, tubercle, tuberosity. I'm not asking you to know those. I'm just letting you know because the different parts and pieces of bones, that's how they know, like, oh yes, this is the femur of a T-Rex. They might not know T-Rex, but they'll know it's a femur bone because of some of the characteristics that that bone has, or that piece of that bone has. There is, let's see, can we see? There are some roughened spots. So if they only had this much of the bone and there's this roughened spot on there, they know that that's a humerus. They don't have to have the whole bone. They can have the piece of the bone, the right piece. So sometimes like this little tiny itty bitty spot, maybe not so much, but they don't have to have the whole bone to know what bone it is. So super cool. So the skeleton, there's skeletons put into two parts. We have the axial or the central skeleton, head, neck, spine, the chest, the thoracic area, and the trunk. Okay, and then the appendicular or the and I lost the words. Appendicular, that's our appendages. That's the arms and the legs. So pectoral girdle is this area. So how it's the arms are attached to the chest, and pelvic girdle is how the legs are attached to the pelvis.